Hey guys, this is IrieStarcraft and I'm back to cast another game for you. This one is going to be a 4 versus 4 on Deadlock Ridge, and it will be between LarrrrryT, he is the red Zerg, his teammates are going to be a Kyphosis, the purple Zerg, and ChaosRyder, the teal Zerg, and IMBoss, the blue Terran. Their opponents will be JackSparrow, the orange Zerg, who apparently is talking trash for hacking. Ruh-roh. And Sunchips is going to be the yellow Protoss, and MinDxeMag. MinDxeMag? Okay, there's probably some way you're supposed to say that makes it sound like a real name. MinDxeMag. Okay, he or she is the green Zerg, and their final teammate will be Akumu. He is the pink Terran, and in honor of the upcoming Zeek.com 4v4 tournament a week from Friday, I am casting a 4v4 game for you on Deadlock Ridge. And this map is one of the newer 4v4 maps. I actually like this map quite a bit, because there's definitely the same sort of possibilities as for rushes in normal 4v4 games. As in, say, Outpost, for example. It's pretty similar to Outpost, except that these expansions are much safer. As in Outpost, the ramps between the pairs of bases on one team are much farther, and the expansions are way out in front, whereas in this one you have 3 pretty well protected locations back here, which can lead to long games, which are always very exciting. And also you've got these sort of sneaky expansions back here, including 2 gold expansions that have an opening on one side that's wide open. Like this top area is open to the bottom, open on the bottom side, and the top side has a rocks blocking it. So a lot of times you'll see people try and grab a sneak expansion over in these corners. It's always a good idea to throw an overlord over there or something like that. And apparently Sunchips does not have a very positive outlook on this game, as there are a lot of Zerglings on the way up right now, including a probe. No, Sunchips just scouted that probe. And Zerglings are going to be flooding into MinDxeMag's base, and I feel like my sound effects all of a sudden are super loud, but hopefully that is not too obnoxious for you guys, as Zerglings are going to be killing a whole bunch of SCVs right here, and drones are pulled off the line to help surround and fight these Zerglings. Oh my god, so many harvesting units dying right now. The top team is already in huge trouble. Wow, Zerglings are just chasing SCVs all the way out. Akumu forced to lift off buildings. MinDxeMag took an expansion, and that really put them in a bind. And I need to pause it for 1 second real quick, you guys. Alright, this is much better. Sorry about that. For some reason my sound levels got reset back to full, so that was just way too loud for me to try and deal with. This is back to where I like it, and now Zealots from Sunchips are going to be trying to help save and kill off some of these Zerglings. JackSparrow, meanwhile, does have a few Zerglings of his own in here, trying to chase these units out. And now it looks like MinDxeMag has no drones left. No, there's 1 drone over here. And JackSparrow and Sunchips are going to be desperately trying to fight off this attack, and it looks like, yeah, definitely MinDxeMag is calling for Banelings, and Banelings would be a hugely awesome play right now. You see these buildings returning back to where they were. So Banelings are definitely going to be key if the top team wants to try and stay in it. Otherwise, the bottom team will be able to just mass Zerglings and probably end this game. However, it looks like LarrrrryT has gone after roaches. Meanwhile, Kyphosis continuing to mass Zerglings here, and ChaosRyder looks to be doing the same thing. Actually, ChaosRyder is throwing down a sneaky expansion up here at the gold, taking advantage of their economic lead and trying to snag a gold up there that the top team will not know about, as JackSparrow's overlord is sitting over at this gold location. So we'll see if he ends up moving that over and scouting that or not, but he has opted to take this base over here, though nothing is mining at it just yet. And I do not actually see a Baneling's nest going down. So, but it does look like JackSparrow has gotten some Zerglings up inside IMBoss's base, and I did not even see that. I apologize for that, you guys. But those Zerglings are going to get chased out. And did he actually manage? It looks like he managed to kill a lot of SCVs there. I'm not sure if any of them got evacuated down here. I apologize for that, for missing that. I don't know how that was going on. I didn't see that because I am smart. I am very smart. And in these 4v4 games, I'm telling you guys, man, it's hard to find everything. A couple of Hellions, though, from Akumu will prove extremely useful here, as Zerglings trying to get a nice round on him, but JackSparrow does have a bunch of Zerglings to help protect these Hellions, and these Zerglings from Kyphosis are not going to last very long, as they're just desperately trying to get away at this point, and it looks like a couple of them will. At the same time, we do have Sunchips warping in some units at the halfway point, going to be trying to make a counterattack with just his own army. Now, I do not like this idea. Yeah, I am definitely with MinDxeMag on this one. You do not want to attack all by yourself on this map. It does work sometimes in 4v4s, but it depends on the map. And it looks like JackSparrow has scouted this expansion now with the newer Overlord, and they are going to team up to take out that expansion. We'll see if the bottom team tries to trap this army up in this against this ramp. It would probably be a good play right now for them to try and do. It looks like IMBoss, meanwhile, has gone straight for Thors, so he is just pumping Thors out. And so if he is allowed to survive for too long, that could be huge trouble for the top team. Pings telling the rest of the team, Akumu that is, with these Hellions, gotta be careful as Roaches have now engaged the Hellions, and Akumu will be able to get out of here in time, but JackSparrow is bringing in his Zerglings, seeing a million Roaches on the field. It looks like all three Zerg players for the bottom have gone straight for Roaches and are just gonna try and steamroll the top team and finish them off. I don't know, the top team is going to be in a lot of trouble here, as Yellow is definitely going to be having to retreat with this army and help defend, as this expansion is in huge trouble. The Queen goes down almost instantly. Banelings are out on the field for JackSparrow, however, against a million Roaches, not going to be very powerful. There's even a Thor in here for IMBoss, really making this army so beefy, man. It's so beefy. This Thor is so beefy. I think that's the special Thor. He looks so cool, dude. And now Zerglings are going to get a surround on the Thor, and it looks like he is going to get picked off very quickly. There are a bunch of sentries with a ton of energy here for Sunchips. He could do some serious damage with some force fields right now, as these Roaches have got a pretty nice position back behind this hatchery, but it looks like the Roaches will get taken out here. There goes one force field. Guardian Shield going off, going to help a little bit against the Roaches, but not doing a whole lot there. These Roaches, though, they're so slow. They're not going to be able to get away, as MinDxeMag has pumped out some Roaches of her own. His own, I'm not sure. But that would be kind of funny if a guy's name was Mindy. Though I don't even know if it's supposed to be Mindy. Who knows what it's supposed to be, man? Who knows? I'm sure one of you guys knows what this is supposed to be and just think I'm a total retard right now. But hey, that's pretty much the way it goes. And now some Banelings on the field for ChaosRyder. And I'm not so sure about this counterattack, as Sunchip will basically be going all by himself. And let's see, got some SCVs. I wonder if there was a run by during that battle into pink space that I did not notice. It is very, very possible. This one Immortal here is not going to be enough for this army to engage by itself. It is going to get trapped here if Sunchips is not careful. Force Field's doing a nice job holding back this whole army, but now some Banelings are really threatening these Zealots and Sentries, and Sunchips is going to be running away, going to be sacrificing those Zealots to try and save this army. These Thors are so beefy, man. These are scary. Scary, scary, scary Thors. And I would love to see someone get that strike cannon and start blowing stuff up, though it's really only useful against like really other beefy units like a Colossus or something. I guess, oh, against Immortals the strike cannon is really, really good. If I remember correctly, it is very, very strong against Immortals, so that would be awesome if you did that, though nobody ever does that. So I just would be shocked if he actually... If you're going mass Thors, though, I mean, why not? You should get that. And, uh-oh, we do have mutas inside Akumu's base that I did not even notice. I apologize for that, you guys, but it looks like Sunchips Stalkers are going to clean up most of those, and it looks like a lot of these SCVs were saved for Akumu, so he is okay for the time being. LarrrrryT with his sneaky mutas. I have not been paying enough attention to the production tab in these Forest games. It is always important to do. As you can see, there's a Twilight Council coming down for Sunchips, so possibly we will be seeing... we're probably going to be seeing some Blink, as he does have a ton of Stalkers already on the field, and possibly just use that to help his upgrades, though he does not have any yet on his Forge, none even starting yet, so I'm not a huge fan of that. Gotta get those upgrades, especially when you start getting to mid-game. And meanwhile, I did notice the infestation pit going down for MinDxeMag, and now that it is past 40 on the research time of the pathogen glands, that is when you want to start getting distracted by pings. No, that is when you want to start pumping out your infestors. Once your pathogen glands passes 40, spam those infestors. And MinDxeMag does have quite a bit of gas banked up. And there you go. Here comes the infestors. 5 of them are on the way, and they're so awesome. I love those infestors if they're on my team. Because they just wreck everything, man. I'm telling you, even with this nerf, the recent nerf on infestors, they're still extremely powerful. And very useful against just about every unit. Hydras are even on the field for Kyphosis. This is a unit, the Hydralisk, that seems to have been extinct for quite some time, just because the nature of the game, especially in these team games, has grown so dependent on unit speed. Hydras are just so slow. They take forever to get anywhere. So we'll see how useful those Hydras turn out to be. I guarantee you these infestors are going to be useful. As the mutas were pretty effective, I think, early on, but now that they have been revealed and there aren't too many of them, they're not in a large enough force, they won't be able to do much. As LarrrrryT has really been focused, it looks like he may actually be working towards Broodlords here, as he is getting Hive Tech. So we'll see what he attempts to go with there. And so we have the Hive Morphine, we have a Neural Parasite actually being researched for MinDxeMag. There's a Colossus now on the field for Sunchips. And there is not much of a counter to that except for these mass Thors. Now a bunch of infestors for ChaosRyder as well. And where is that mass army of Thors? Come on, give me that strike cannon. I want to see some strike cannon, but actually we are going to see a Raven is on the way, and just working on those upgrades for the Thors, continuing to mass those up, and not really going anywhere with those exactly. But this Raven will be very effective, especially against the Stalkers with the point defense drone, and against any kind of burrow action that could be going on. It doesn't look like MinDxeMag has gone for burrow. JackSparrow, on the other hand, does have burrow on his roaches. And we'll see, does he have the glial constitution? Yeah, you know I know. Glial constitution? You know I know my Starcraft terms, but I know that one. Except that you can't even tell anymore, so I'm just going off memory on that. Starport on the way finally here, or another Starport I should say, as now Vikings are being produced. So perhaps they did find out about these Colossi, or just anticipating them. As Sunchips is now trying to take a third base. And it looks like the bottom team wants to deny that. ChaosRyder, I'm not sure if these infestors have been seen by this photon cannon, and now Stalkers are blinking in and starting to snipe them down. Nicely done there by Sunchips, and it looks like all these infested Terrans are going to die before they even spawn. So always a good idea to throw down at least one photon cannon, and Sunchips does have a couple, especially at this point in the game, to deal with things like Dark Templars and burrowed infestors, stuff like that. Bottom team is going to be pulling back. Meanwhile, Akumu going with your pretty standard Marine Marauder Ball here. Almost had a chance to kill a bunch of Mutalisks, but decided not to engage that. As you see, the bottom team is starting to expand down at the bottom. MinDxeMag sees this, and Kyphosis will take out this drone, but they will know that these bases are going down here. as generally if you see the base on your side going down, you can assume that the other one is already kicking. And so JackSparrow is going to go ahead and send his roaches down to take care of that. We'll see if anyone else supports. They probably should leave the roaches to do that, as they do have burrow and will likely be able to escape. In the meantime, there is going to be a major battle going on here as Akumu has stemmed up and is trying to press forward. The Hydras on the creep, however, are going to be able to retreat. LarrrrryT, a ton of Corruptors here. I think he wanted to go Broodlords, but he just has not morphed in any yet, as these Corruptors not going to be able to do much. And Akumu, however, is continuing this press and doing a ton of damage. Meanwhile, MinDxeMag has pulled back around and to the flank and caught the ChaosRyders, Infestors, and killed all of them except one. So a great play right there. This expansion getting taken out. Meanwhile, JackSparrow has finished cleaning up these two bases down here and is getting chased by a smaller army of roaches. And now MinDxeMag is going to turn around and engage that. We're going to see a fungal growth or two probably go down on this. There goes one fungal growth. And now a bunch of banelings rolling in to Akumu's army is going to do quite a bit of damage there. I have a feeling I missed a bunch of banelings exploding, and now the Broodlords finally for LarrrrryT are on the field, and that is going to spell disaster for this army of roaches down here. The Infestors even will not be able to do much against the Broodlords, especially with the range nerf on the Neural Parasite. The Broodlords will be that much more difficult to try and control. There, a bunch of banelings getting caught out of position. The Colossi just steamrolling them, and now here goes some Neural Parasites for MinDxeMag, taking over a couple of the Thors and making them start killing each other. But it looks like those Infestors did get taken out fairly quickly there. Colossus are getting shot at by all of these all of these Corruptors and are forced to fall back. The Stalkers now shooting at them. The Broodlords just wreaking havoc on this whole ground army. What is the top team going to be able to do about these Broodlords? Going to go ahead and take out that last Infestor there to save this Thor, but it looks like a lot of the Thors got taken out there. And this is really still anybody's game, as the top team is now sending its army up towards the top here, as this base has been taken by ChaosRyder. It looks like Akumu is going to go ahead and kill these rocks and then move on to take out this base. And he should be able to do that with this small army, though it will probably end up getting killed in the process. But going to fall back and defend is the top team. JackSparrow with 1,000,000 roaches and going to be sticking with that tech. No new upgrades on the way, however. And uh-oh, what do we have for ChaosRyder here? We have oh, excuse me, I was looking at the wrong tab there. LarrrrryT is getting 5 more Broodlords, just massing those up, and you got to be careful about getting too many Broodlords. If you get too many Broodlords and you don't have enough air support or anti-air support, you could be in a lot of trouble. As you see, Akumu is now pumping out 4 Vikings and could really be massing those up right now, and those Broodlords could be in a ton of trouble from these Vikings if not enough Corruptors are left to defend them. Or if his teammates don't have anything to help with that, as we see some burrowed roaches are making their way all the way into LarrrrryT's base. There's no detection down here, and these roaches may be able to get some free kills. However, there's no minerals left at this location, so he looks like JackSparrow is going to be going after the Greater Spire. He is about to unburrow here and take out this Spire, and it looks like he should be able to get that easily before anything can take care of it. But the main army of Broodlords is actually already on the field. And quickly reburrowing is JackSparrow, going to be sniping down some key buildings there. And it looks like the bottom team is going to be making an attack. LarrrrryT getting a bunch of his Zerglings fungal growth there, and they're all softened up nicely now as a couple of Ultralists are going to lead the charge. The Colossi shooting down at the Ultralists, not doing too much there, but look at IMBoss. He's got a bunch of Vikings, and a whole bunch of them are getting Neural Parasited. That is not something you see very often. Neural Parasite going off on the Vikings. We need to see some more fungal growth. It looks like a lot of the Infestors have been taken out, and now Akumu with a bunch of Vikings trying to pick off some of these Broodlords, but the fungal growths from ChaosRyder really softening up these Vikings. However, there still are 6 of them in this battle. Some more Infestors are on the way in for MinDxeMag. And God, these Broodlords are just so beefy looking, but look at JackSparrow coming in from the back with the burrowed roaches, going to be sniping down all of the Thors and completely eliminating the ground cover. The Broodlords are going to be forced to try to retreat, and now they're going to be running away from a whole bunch of Vikings, and that is not a place you want to be if you are a Broodlord. The Broodlords probably should have turned and fought sooner here, and now they are all going to die regardless. Nice job by the top team. The unit composition is winning there, and still JackSparrow with this group of just sniper roaches coming around the backside, picking off key buildings all over the place. The hive has now been taken out, and a bunch of Ultralists from ChaosRyder, it looks like, will be chasing these roaches down, but they're just going to be able to burrow, man. They'll be able to burrow these roaches as there's still no detection over here. Yep, no detection. Definitely not where the bottom team wants to be. And not even a scan to go off or a scan request. You see there's quite a bit of energy here on this command center, so not the best play from the bottom team right there. Could have definitely prevented this run by with a little bit of more tension, maybe I should say. And like I said before, too many Broodlords. Too many Broodlords, not enough air support. The Vikings ended up killing all of them. As ChaosRyder has tried to double expand up here, I do not expect that to last very long at all. As the top team really has the map control because they have the larger army size at this moment. However, the bottom team has the beefiness advantage with Ultralists and with Thors, and great creep spreading for these Ultralists that can just fly all over the map. And JackSparrow's gold expansion could be in some trouble here. He needs to move to defend that, and that is what he's doing now. And once these roaches get on that creep, however, that is the problem with spreading a lot of creep when your opponents are Zerg as well, is they will be able to move just as quickly. And again, no detection over here. These roaches will be able to pick off Ultralists and then burrow again. Or re-burrow, I should say. It actually looks like the Ultralists will be able to get away. Because those rocks have been taken out. And LarrrrryT is going to leave the game. Oh no. Retro. LarrrrryT leaving the game. It does definitely looks like the top team has the advantage now, and these expansions have been taken out. Burrowed drones. It looks like he will be able to save a couple of them by burrowing, as nobody has any detection flying around. This is quite interesting. Looks like the top team is ready to meet in the middle and try and make a final push here, as this base is still just so exposed, though mostly mined out at this point. And here is the big army of Thors that is pretty much the only thing the bottom team has left, and as long as the top team keeps their army together, this one should definitely be in the bag. And IMBoss, however, has got his Thors quite spread out, and oh no, look at this, he's got 4 Thors up here on the high ground, the rest of them down here on the low ground, quickly going to be neural parasited and shooting at their brethren on the low ground, and now is the perfect time to make them kill each other. They're about to become uncontrolled, not that it's going to matter as the Colossi are just roasting them up, and here come the roaches from JackSparrow, going to surround these Thors and just one-shot them all over the place. And IMBoss is going to leave the game, so that is pretty much it for this game. I am actually not even sure why the bottom team has not left yet at this point, so very well played by the top team. And I gotta say, the keys to this game, one was definitely the Broodlord play at the major battle right up in here. And the Broodlords, there was too many Broodlords and not enough cover for the Broodlords. I know I've said that already, but that's something you always got to think about when you're going Broodlords. Is that if you're not going to end the game right there, basically if you're going to reveal that you're going for mass Broodlords, you can't just continue to mass up more and more and more Broodlords, because any good opponent will be able to counter you. So when you reveal your Broodlords, you need to either end it right there before they can get up an army of Vikings to counter you with, or you need to provide some cover, make a tech switch, and try and use the ground to your advantage, like bringing the Broodlords in. If he had kept half Corruptors, half Broodlords, and brought them in around this backside, he could have steamrolled the back of this whole base, you know, and used the advantages of the cliffs. So Oh well. This isn't the greatest map for abusing cliffs with Brood Lords, but either way, it looks like somebody on the bottom team doesn't want to leave, so this is just going to drag out. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it here and call this game. Congratulations to the top team. Thank you, JackSparrow, for sending me this game. It was a pleasure to cast. And remember, a week from Friday is Zeke.com 4v4, so all you 4v4 fanatics, check it out on justin.tv/IrieStarcraft, also known as twitch.tv now. It should be a lot of fun, and I definitely love interacting with you guys during the casts. So go ahead and get on StarCraft and send me messages during the games and tell me what I'm missing, because I know how much stuff I miss in these 4v4s. So anyway, that is going to do it for me. This is IrieStarcraft, and peace out.